Spectre isn't great. At this point, James Bond will return seems more like a threat than a promise. It also had one of the worst endings in the franchise. Bond defeats Blofeld by shooting down his helicopter with a handgun, which is stupider than me doing this. Then he doesn't kill an unrepentant mass murderer who will definitely kill again, and then quits the service to settle down with Mrs. Madeline Swan, aka Madame Personality. Then roll credits. Except don't. Because what would have happened to these characters after the screen faded to black would actually be more interesting than anything that happened in the movie itself. I'm Adam from Whatculture.com, and this is Spectre. What happens next? Number 5, Bond immediately cheats on Maddie out of sheer boredom. James Bond is a serial womanizer. Years of being shot at for his country and being literally moments away from death year in, year out has made him the most impulsive man in the world. He's addicted to booze and he's addicted to ladies. And after all, why shouldn't he be? If he's just escaped from having a drill gone into his brain, then the first 3 words in his head after that happens are not going to be settle down, they're going to be carpe DM, especially if settling down means with this piece of drywall and a dress. Madeline Swan is just not an interesting character. She's not even just a plot device, she's the daughter of just a plot device, and no matter what the studios think, going from I'm a strong female character, so no sex for you, Mr. Protagonist, to you saved my life, so here's some sex for you, Mr. Protagonist, does not an interesting character make. Instead, Bond and Swan's relationship is simply one born out of strange circumstances and adrenaline, and once that strange circumstance ends, once the adrenaline fades away, then all their relationship's gonna be is simply this. So you're gonna get a job then?
Yeah, I suppose. Maybe see if there's anything going at like a consultancy firm in the city. Kill anyone today?
No.
Do you want to watch The Holiday?
Is that the movie with Jack Black?
Yeah.
Is it any good? Or?
No. Do you want to watch The Holiday?
Yep, so within days of settling down, Bond will break Maddie's heart and start attacking postmen or something. Number 4, Spectre goes on existing, busts out Blofeld and murders James Bond. So yeah, Spectre's still a thing, isn't it? I mean, yeah, Bond may have blown up their silly crater base and stopped them from making an evil MySpace, but they're still going on. I mean, remember that scene with the table? There are evil people there from every evil country in the world. How long do we think that Blofeld's going to stay in prison? Spectre owns C, and he was the head of the Joint Intelligence Committee. I mean, they can have people inside government holding facilities, no problem. Heck, Spectre owns Quantum, and they had people inside MI6 himself. Hell, even I'm in Spectre. I mean, it's a good club. I mean, you have to kill a homeless guy to get in, but it's got a good pension. The only way to guarantee that Blofeld won't be immediately busted out and immediately hunt down James Bond and immediately murder him in front of everyone he holds precious would be to kill him, and Bond doesn't do that because of bad character arc. But Bond's gonna be fine, right? He's got all of his military friends to back him up, he's got all those wacky gadgets from Q Branch, except at the end of the film it's heavily implied that Bond resigns from the service. Why would he do that? That's like resigning from owning a bulletproof vest. Bond's a f***ing idiot. Number 3, huge investigation because of government murder. This is Alex Younger. He's the stern but obviously very sexual head of MI6. This is John Day. He is the head of the Joint Intelligence Committee and he looks like a new potato with a suit underneath it. Now, you may not be intimately acquainted with these two gentlemen, though I can confirm they're both attentive and compassionate lovers, but if this guy murdered this guy in a governmental building, the fallout would be huge. The inquiry would last for years, the press would explode, because I cannot repeat this enough, a government official murdered another government official in a governmental building. M would have to leave office and every single investigation and agent he put into the field would have to be suspended because the head of MI6 might have just assassinated a member of Her Majesty's government. Sorry, what's that, Rafe? He fell? Yeah, tell it to the judge, you bloody maniac. Number 2, 009 develops a huge inferiority complex and turns traitor. 009 is the much worse version of 007 and spends a large amount of the film getting dumped on. Let's think, who would be a good reference point in Whatculture? Oh, I know. This is 009. He's not as good as James Bond. His first name is probably also James, but his surname is probably something rubbish like Smedley or Pacitti or something dreadful.
I can't hear you.
I know! James Bond stole 009's car and drove it into the river. To punish him, James Bond was given a new car. Look, we all know the toll it can take on a man when there's a much better version of him in his workplace. Just look at Adam Pacitti. He will always be compared to me, the better Adam. Look at his eyes. Look into his eyes. Do you think he's happy? Do you think he'll ever be happy? The fact he hasn't tried to kill me and defect to BuzzFeed is a miracle in itself. Look at his stupid glasses.
I need them to see.
Stupid glasses. How long can it be after the credits roll before 009 defects to Russia and starts selling state secrets just so people on YouTube will stop calling him #TrainSpotterPervert? I repeat, #TrainSpotterPervert. And number 1, a useful drone program is scrapped. Now Spectre's plot, as much of it made a lick of sense, was about drones being bad and people being good. Ding. Except, wait, hang on a second. Isn't a drone surveillance program really good? I mean, this is not to say that drone strikes are good, but if all the drones are going to be doing is collecting surveillance, then aren't they sort of the perfect spy? First of all, they're machines. They can't run into a casino, tell everyone their name, get wasted and have a heart attack. They're invisible cameras, and they're controlled by people thousands of miles away who aren't in immediate danger, so adrenaline won't get the better of them. Isn't this a much better plan for a spy organisation to have, considering that MI6's plan is to send a PTS-ridden drunk into hot zones? I mean, who would you rather have collecting intel? This guy? Or this guy? Oh, I'm a spy! I'm Bond! I'm looking for Spectre! I'm James Bond! Oh. And now the plan will be scrapped because, let's not forget, the head of MI6 murdered the head of the program. Bad Bond. Very bad James Bond. And that's Spectre. What happens next? For more lists, reviews and news, click below to subscribe to Whatculture Film and TV. I'm Adam from Whatculture.com and I'll see you soon.